This episode is in partnership with Novotel Nairobi Westlands. This exquisite hotel provides a high level of comfort and relaxation for all leisure, wellness, and business guests. Welcome back to the podcast. This is What's Your Story, Africa. I am Catherine Mwangi here with a gentleman who is deeply inspiring in bringing change in this part of the world, this continent. As you know, on this podcast, if you've been following us for a while, you know we bring stories of change makers in Africa. And with me here today is Dr. Joseph Kithitu, Mark the Doctor, because the last time I sat with him, the doctor wasn't there and he was studying for his PhD. And now you're Dr. Joseph Kithitu with many other letters after your name. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you for coming on such short notice.
Yes.
I am so honored that you're here.
Yeah.
Because you carry life, you carry inspiration, and you do not just give up.
No.
No.
There's no giving up.
There's no giving up
Not
whatsoever.
None.
So Dr. Joseph Kithitu is the managing director of Hemingways Travel, and he's also the director, the chairman of Kenya Association of Travel Agents,
Yes.
which we say it's KATA.
Indeed.
You're
right.
the chairman.
You're well schooled in all these pronunciations.
I try. Yeah. I'm so happy you're here.
Yes.
So if you just pick up from, and I know you've had a conversation before, when I worked at the TV station, but the one thing I remember with our chat then is just grit. The word grit. You have said it doesn't matter where I was born,
Yes.
but this is a target, and you go for that target. Liwe liwalo. So, because I have the advantage of remembering your story, I want you to take us to that scene of you growing up, a young Joseph. Yes.
Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, indeed. Some things remain as they are because they don't change, but you cause change over time. You can be born by a parent, fair enough, you have not much to say there.
Yeah.
Brought up in an environment, you have not much to say there. But along the way, you have responsibility to cause change.
Ooh.
So basically, what that normally says is that as time goes on, you become the background. You no longer use your parent or your village as the background. You become the background. So basically, my life as a background, that inherited background, of basically being brought up in a very humble setup, rural setup.
Yeah.
In fact, if you use a Google map, you can't go there.
Where is there?
You know, it's when you say you're in Kithitu, but when you go further, somewhere the Google map misses there are no roads. Roads are there, but there are not demarcated roads.
Right.
So you go the way down to the village in Zombe, you go down there. And when you get to a village, people usually it's called Kazunguni. It's a village that it's live because we feel proud about it because that's where we came from. But indeed, we are not privileged that you had a lot of opportunities around that. Actually, sometimes we say it's God's grace because you don't have a lot to aspire.
Right.
You just want a good life, probably something. So I still remember we were all aspiring a car because you could see a vehicle passing by, and those were just prestigious things because we were not there. So life in those cases, you're inspired by what you see sometimes, and that's kind of life you push on. Sometimes you may end up the wrong way, but I think I thank God that I pushed on and got to a level that I feel was good.
Yes.
But along the way, you have to see some clarities as to what you want to be.
Right.
And what I have seen myself is that coming from those humble background, there are nothing is available. You live, you survive. You survive. You take tea, you don't take it. You take lunch, you don't take it. You move on. Here you don't take lunch. It's like you have a problem. You're entitled. It's not the case that came then. So, but basically within that life, you pushed on the primary education in the villages. What caused a change is shooting from a village local primary school to a national school in Lenana. That created the whole setup. Because look, when you come from that village to the Gong Road here, Gong, you pass through the city, there was the bus number 111 to Gong. So I still remember that Kenya bus number 111 to Gong. It changes the life.
Yeah.
And that marks the beginning of the journey.
Yeah.
And I said, I've stepped here, never. Never back. I'll go back, but not again as the same person. And that became the point of getting that inbuilt desire to cause change. First within me, and move on. Not even, don't look at who is your father, who is your mother, what level of education, what they have, what they own, who is behind them. Forget it. First, you've been given life. You've gotten some levels of opportunity because when you are young or what, you cannot do much. But level that you are, pick it from there. That is your point. Don't say, oh, my mother didn't send me what. No, pick from there.
Yeah.
And cause a change. That has been my desire.
Yeah.
I don't think at any one time I've looked at the parent and say, you need to push me to the next level.
No.
I knew they couldn't do it. They're farmers, they have not learned. In fact, I don't think my mother can write. Even struggles reading an SMS, only M-Pesa SMS, she can read. I understand how. But generally, that is the background.
Yeah.
That you get to a level and you don't need looking back. And don't think you're doomed because probably you're disadvantaged. Some people have single mothers, some people have got no parents. In all those kind of scenarios, it doesn't mean the end of your life.
No.
There is better tomorrow.
Wow.
There is. And it starts with you. Not with that person or that you.
Yes.
Prove yourself I'm able. Have confidence I can do it. And that upward look. And whatever little you do, perfection. Whatever little you do, unto perfection. I remember those days, I used to remember, only thing could inspire me sometimes was Bible verses. And I could remember that whatever you do unto God.
Yeah.
Even if you are washing clothes, wash them unto God. And, I could remember, even if I'm sweeping, can I sweep as if God is going to supervise? And that inspired me. Whatever I do unto God, not to my boss or unto my what. Let me make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I'll be on the right path of doing the right thing. Yes.
So this young boy in Kitui
Yes.
Got called to Lenana High School.
Yes.
Lenana School.
Yes, Lenana School. We found it was called Duke and then it became Lenana School.
Okay.
The Duke of York.
So I want that young boy, I want to take us back to what he's thinking, what he's feeling, that anticipation. Are you excited? Are you afraid? Are you like in this state where I can't wait to leave here? Do you know what you're going into?
No, it's really strange because one, I still remember, Catherine, to come from those areas is never the best thing. I stepped to Nairobi, I left myself into high school, and I have no bearing where my village is. I even no clue how to go back. So I hear there is midterm. Midterm, I didn't go anywhere because there's no way I would have gone.
You were staying in school?
Midterm, I had to stay because figure out Kitui, figure out nobody to take me there.
Yeah.
Figure out I didn't have anybody in the city to probably I could be a villager, but I didn't know where they were, and I didn't bother a lot. So I just stayed. I knew I'll wait for the closure of the school, and when the school closes, that will be hell on earth. Looking whenever people desire to close school to go home, for me it was close school. How do I get home? Which bus, which vehicle, which means? Look at that. Wow. The first time was quite a tough one, but I remember I got a friend of mine whose the parents were from Thika. They tell me my dad is coming to pick me. So can you go with you? My brother was in Thika. Now when I get to Thika, I started getting bearing because I'd been there for a few times. So I could remember from here I can get a vehicle that leads me home.
Yeah.
But Nairobi had no clue how to get a vehicle that leads me even to Thika or home. But this guy's dad picks us together, takes us to Thika. We stay a bit in his place in the evening. I say I go back. So I started getting orderly. It's that kind of life. But all those things didn't weigh me down. No. I can imagine the first midterm I stayed in school. I couldn't go. And I'm just, we used to call them monos. I couldn't go. I'm in school just reading, just there keeping myself busy.
Yeah.
And encouraged. I'm not discouraged.
No.
You know, the guys are coming back, I'm okay. We start. I
And you're
cannot
not
tell them.
missing your family? Or you just let that
Honestly,
pass?
sometimes we carry a lot of burden for ourselves for nothing, unnecessarily.
Yeah.
You are not the healer, or you're not the one. Just leave your space properly. I
Yeah.
didn't bother about missing the parent. They're not sick. They're okay. I'm okay. Let's move on.
Very pragmatic.
Very pragmatic.
Like for you, it was just a miracle just being in that school.
Being in a school like that,
Yeah.
to me, I'd reached. I was in. I don't know how to describe of these days. Like when you're describing hotels, you've gone to the 5-star.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've reached. So you're telling me to leave 5-star to go back to what? Forget it. For midtown. No way. I'm here. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And there was what I wanted. The reading was the key one. I was there. So really, I found myself in a vehicle that delivers to the road that I want.
Right.
And that was my move. And it moved on. High school moved on to the college. In fact, I remember, Catherine, I think I remember one thing is that I got admitted to college before doing KCSE.
Huh?
That was interesting.
What do you mean?
I found a letter of admission at home just before finishing even the exam. I think we were given a break, and I found a letter of admission from Strathmore that I've been admitted to go and start a CPA before even doing my final exam at high school.
Is that what you wanted to do, or how did they know about you?
No, I ideally remember we didn't have guidance. And that's something that today I strive to build some people to understand some career guidance, some direction, especially that's something we lacked a lot. I lacked by myself.
Yeah.
And I used to be moved by, I had this, luckily I had a good thing, forces of supply, demand. If I see there is demand, I knew there was value.
Okay.
So we get to this interview, we are sitting for an exam, we're being told there is information systems and there is CPA. And who wants to do CPA? It's almost 3/4 wants to do CPA. And me, I was like, I thought information system was the thing. I wanted to do it. But I see everyone on this, I said, that is the best thing. So I went there.
You said that's the one.
That's the one. And then there is an exam. You're told the first candidate will get a free scholarship. I got one. I was the first one. So I said, oh, I'm finishing high school to a Strathmore College, and I'm going to be paying fees. Let's go.
Wow.
So this life is just, we say kujituma. Kujituma too.
Yes.
There's nowhere my parents are involved in all these things.
You're making decisions.
I'm just moving,
as Joseph.
moving, you know. But luckily, somehow I end up making the right decisions. You know, from there, even I still went to the university and all those things to become a doctor.
Yeah.
Not for medicine by PhD.
Yes.
It's a lot of reading, yes.
Yes.
I think I was calculating that. Just to, sometimes I tell people, I see somebody finishing high school and says, I'm done. Or finishing probably even a college and I'm done. I'm like, done with what? My friend, let's just talk about those ones were 8 years plus 4, that is 12. You're adding another 4, you're talking about 16 years. If I add 2, I have add 4, so you're talking about probably around 20, and even other years college. I did 25 years
of
reading,
education, academia. 25
in class throughout.
And how many of those years were you in class and also holding a job?
So, like, interestingly, in this life, because remember a Nigerian said, money answereth all things except death.
Oh, I was gonna say it's not the Bible.
So it's money answereth all things except death. So you need the money in your life, one way or the other. And you know, so when I was doing the third year of the CPA course, it's quite senior then, not now many people doing it. I got a job, as you know, as an auditor. And I said, I have a job here and they could allow me to read and all that. So I started, I started the job. Quite interesting. And I tell you, Catherine, that life has been another one. Because I remember when I started the job, I was in the audit and the salary wasn't high, but I was told, if you collect, you'll be given incentives as you collect. So what happened, I would collect from my colleagues' customers, ask them what is outstanding, they have not paid you, I go, I call them, I bring the check, and I kept tripling my pay with the commission of other people's work. I've seen a place I can get extra revenue. So really, that made me now start to be able to accumulate some money.
Yeah.
I can pay fees. Remember, I'm not looking at the background.
No.
If that was the background, parents couldn't afford. Parents are up to the flat. They are done with everything. They have sold all the cows. They have sold the land. They have nothing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not looking at that. So I could now use, I'm earning something. I can pay my fees. I remember I did 3 colleges. 3 colleges before going to the university.
3
colleges.
What were you studying?
First college, I did CPA. I did took 3 years. I did CPS, which took another 1 year. I did a diploma in business administration, which took another 1 year. Those were 5 years. Parallel college, what I normally call parallels.
Yeah.
You're doing a college. These are parallels.
Yes.
Then I said, now I want to go one step up. I went to the university. University was supposed to normally take 4 years for a degree. They looked at all the papers I brought. I took everything. I took everything. My degree was supposed to take 9 months. Yes.
9.
Was supposed to take, I think I took 1 year and 2 months or something. Because of exemptions, I have 5 years of college. I've carried a lot of certificates. So I took 1 year and like 2 months. I finished a degree at USIU.
A degree in?
Business administration.
Wow.
So I said, no, I'm done with this. I'm not going to go down. Now I go masters. And look at another strategy. I kept changing universities. I've done these colleges. These were 3 colleges.
Yes.
I've gone to a university, USIU then.
Yeah.
I said, now I'm going to do a master's in this university. I got to Nairobi University to do a master's. My only intention is, I don't want someone to say I'm from your head. Those kind of feelings. I said, I got it. I do a master's there. Yeah. I said, now, PhD, I'll not do it here. I will change. So I changed to JQuat. So you find the whole thing, you have tested all these kind of universities, you've tested the culture. It's all with intentions.
What was the intention?
My intention was I would used to look for the best. Not like this university won't give you the best.
Yes.
But I would sit back and say, I don't want somebody to feel back and say, oh, you've done a private parallel academics and you don't have the quality. I said, you guys, where you go, I'll go there. Where you do, I'll do it there.
Right.
So I would make sure that whatever it takes, I would do that.
Yes.
And very structured. I remember all those times. Actually, at that time, I was still working. So it was quite a balancing act.
Yes.
I remember I would, my day, and it's very simple. I still find these days young people are still struggling to balance this evening life. I would finish my work at 5, be in school by 5:30 or 5:40. I will leave the school by 9, I'm in the house. I will do something to prepare a meal. By 10, I'm done. I will start reading from 10. I'll read probably up to midnight. I will sleep. I'll wake up at 5 to do a bit of catch-up of homework or something. 6, I prepare something, some breakfast, and I leave 7 back for the office. And the same day continues. Consistency is the word.
What?
And it paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your PhD was on?
I have a PhD in finance.
In finance?
Yes, in finance. But basically, you would get a PhD, you don't get, a PhD is not a classroom. A PhD is an area that you come up with new knowledge. So that is what gives you a PhD. You do the coursework, but it's an area you'll study and be proven of a concept that can make you get a PhD. So I have proved a concept about exchange rate.
Wow.
I'm able to determine to predict the exchange rate dollar to shilling, possibly December.
What?
Yeah, there's a formula.
Hey, there's a formula.
There's a formula.
My goodness, my goodness.
It's there, you can Google.
Yeah.
It's there. It's not something I'm saying hidden.
No.
You Google, you find the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen students quoting me. One time I brought a paper to review a master's class paper project, and on the process I found he had quoted me. I was like, hey, you've quoted me!
You've started becoming quotable.
Yeah,
quotable.
Yeah,
That's incredible. So what I find fascinating also is in high school, you got an admission letter to Strathmore, and then when you're doing your CPA, you got an admission letter to this audit company. So
yes,
like
so
before you finish a letter.
Actually, before. Honestly, these things used to come before. And then whatever, I would work, I would go to an institution and say, okay, what level am I? I'm here. Which is the highest level is here. Of course, it's fine, the highest level is an MD, managing director, or partner, whatever. And there are steps here. There will be a senior one, supervisor, a manager, probably general manager, then the MD. So I had defined that path. Whichever institution I will go, I will define that path. And I will say, I'm here, I'll get here. Here, how does it take to get here? And how does it take to get here? Finally, until I became the managing director of Hemingways. The same story. I started as a finance person, low down here. But I would move like this. I said to a finance person, what is the senior position of finance can be? Can be a finance director. I worked, I became a finance director. For 7 years, I was a finance director. So I said, okay, for how long will I be a finance director? How does it take to be here? To next is the managing director. I said, okay, I have to behave, I have to conduct myself, I have to carry myself like one.
What?
Yes, and I have to be 360. Remember, this is a 360 life. So I have to, because you're going to elect that position at the top, you have to have a 360 view of the business.
Yes.
You should be able to know the operations, you should be able to know the sales, you should be able to know the finance, you should be able to know even the IT content. You are the head of the organization.
Right.
So I put myself to be ready for that. And when the opportunity came, I was the right candidate.
Because so it is strategic planning.
Strategic planning. Many people, you get somebody tells you, I have a degree, I have a master's in strategic management. But when you go to the real life scenario, you don't see that. You don't see. Strategically, whatever you do, plan it through.
So why do you think there's a discrepancy? Just using the example you've shared of someone has the papers, and I've seen it, and I think it's a story of many Kenyans, young Kenyans. You have the papers, everything, but that doesn't, there's no synchronicity with the state of your life now. What is this bridge or gap?
There are two things that can cause that's causing that. Because I can tell you, because I'm in the space of mentoring, meeting young people.
Yes.
Sometimes people just acquire papers because there's nothing else to do. I finish a degree, do I stay at home? If my parents can pay for masters, I go for masters.
Right.
If the parents can pay even for PhD, I start. Because it's like reading is a career in that case context. And as a result, you don't have the real connection with the real things on the job, the practicalities. So you'd find, and again, most of the institutions' curriculums are not aligned to what people do.
Okay.
I don't know whether you've done it, but I've done it before. I've interviewed a candidate, very qualified with the good papers, but he has no clue with the real things on the ground.
Yes.
And I pity the way they have been trained. For example, I'll give you an example. In our business of travel, one of the things is we do ticketing. And when you say you want to a ticket quotation from Nairobi to Dubai, so there are systems that give you that. You log in, put all your details, it gives you options and flights and money.
Yes.
Straight away. Now, today you leave that environment, get a student who has just finished a diploma in KATA or ticketing, wants to use a calculator to calculate for you the fare to Dubai. I don't know whether they are measuring the distance and the fast is what. There's nowhere fares are calculated like that. There's a mismatch.
But that's what they were trained.
That's what they were trained. The environment of training brought them to this tool, put them here. This is how you do modern way of ticketing. You know, it will just be a quick match. You will just teach a bit ethics, corporate look, how structure, communications, code of conduct, and it's plug and play.
Yes.
Today, you give me a student, he's not a plug and play at the workplace. And that's why you have found, I've always been telling students, all of the young people leaving schools, get into the environment. You've been a student for 4 or 5 years, not earning.
Yeah.
What does it cost you to be at workplace for a year without earning? Just treat that as work, as a school. You can wake up, you can do how you've been surviving, survive.
Yeah.
But get an environment you can get, it's still going to allow you to come and work. Probably they say internship, they say trainees, whatever pay they give you, get there.
Yeah.
Don't bother whether you have whatever paper. Just understand it, prepare yourself, organize yourself, see how it works, start to putting the academic to the context of working environment, and you become ripe. And there's a big shift of how people see them.
Right.
People will realize, to make money is a process. You know, when people, I don't know, I've always engaged young people and they want to make money overnight. It doesn't work that way. Somebody just says, oh, sometimes this guy, IT guy say, oh, I want to be an IT. I've been asking, many young people want to be IT nowadays. And I've been asking, what's inspiring you to do IT?
Yes.
It's around hacking. I'm like, yeah, you just want to wake up and do something that overnight you have money, illegal, whatever it is, that route will not pay you.
Are you serious?
Well, first, I think they heard about somebody who did it, and they think it was done easily. In fact, I keep on telling them, the ones I sit with them, this is like stealing, and not like it is stealing. You will not survive in that space.
Oh my goodness.
Always there must be input output in what you do. So if it's IT, do it with intention of configuring efficiency operations of an institution, easing the workflow, creating systems that work. Don't visualize yourself as a hacker, as a funny way of getting money without working. It won't work, you will be jailed, it will not pay for you. So, but generally, people just want takeaway, so to say. So takeaway.
Yeah.
Hakuna nataka ni catch up, nimechelewa.
And let's address that.
Yeah.
That feeling of you see your friends, schoolmates, neighbors, village mates,
Yeah.
they're living well, you know, whether true or not. You know, their kids are living well, they have families, and you look at yourself and you're like, okay, what am I not doing right?
Yes.
So that thing of comparing, comparisons,
Yeah.
yes, speak to that.
This life is I keep on saying, it's a race heading nowhere.
Ooh.
This life is a race ending nowhere. Everybody is on his own lane. Stick to your lane, and you will get there. This frustration, this pressure, it comes because we are living somebody else's life. You know, you want to drive somebody else's car.
Yeah.
No, just step by step. Do your things properly, orderly. If you get that person is struggling with soul needs.
Yes.
I keep on, because I've happened to be in the corporate sector now for some time. You could see big institutions. You think they are swimming in the money. They have challenges. They have loans equal to this. You doesn't have. You think that this one. So it's always managing, getting things right. So people need to just walk in their lane, in their space, do things in their right way at the right time.
Yeah.
No, it's exactly like you can't imagine they have kids, they go to school, they are in. No. It's a step of life. And the one whose kids are in high school and you marrying today, you're okay. You're okay. Don't start saying, I wish mine were the ones finishing school. Finishing school what? You didn't even start. So just get your life orderly. You don't say, oh, I wish I was the MD. I'm just starting work today. The MD to get there took him 25 years. Why don't you start today?
Yeah.
Get it right
Yeah.
and go pole and get there.
Yeah.
So it's priority, order. And I tell you, confusion is enemy of progress. Confusion. You get yourself confused that you don't know what to do and don't know what to prioritize, and you can't move. As a result, probably you have done a positive thinking.
Yeah.
You are not going to be focused. Your deliverables are wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're able to just get yourself orderly, I normally say sober up.
Sober up.
Sober up. It doesn't matter what scenario you are, sober up. And now focus from there. Somehow, you might not get to the speed at which other people are at, but you'll be at your speed. And somebody else will be chasing your speed. Remember? You might think you are the last in the chain.
Yes.
There's a guy behind you.
Yeah.
And even that one is another one behind him.
Yes.
It's not like, so why are you worried? Thinking you are the one at the end of the chain. You're not. You aren't.
My God.
You aren't.
That lifestyle you spoke about when you were in, was it university or college? One of the many colleges.
Yes, there are many.
Where you'd get home by is it?
I would get home by
9:30,
they're 10. Yeah.
Study.
Yes.
Sleep by a certain time. Wake by, so that level of discipline and consistency is what you find a lot of people give up on. Like someone can start, someone has a good head start. Then after like 7 days,
it's not there.
So what is that thing that makes you, in your case, what was it?
You know, exactly goes to the beginning. You must have something propelling you. You must have something motivating.
Yes.
If it is short, you will not make it.
Right.
For me, I had a motivation that I needed to be at the top, first at the academic level, also at the work level, I needed to grow. So that I knew. In fact, I remember, and I still, I don't know whether you've seen my business card, you'll be shocked. It's something deliberately I used to do in my life. I used to know from here what are the initials you'd get. And I would populate.
The ones on your LinkedIn.
Yeah, I would populate people's cards and I would tick. And I would write 1, 2, 3. I say, this one has got 3 initials. I would pick one as 6. You know, some guys have got many. So I would say, what does this one make him to have 6? So I kept on saying, I need to build them up. You know, to build them up. And when I get one, I would tick.
So wait, so that habit came from, you get a business card from somebody.
Yes, I would check.
It has letters at the end.
Yes, I would check those letters. And many people nowadays, probably they don't check.
So when you look at the letters, you're like,
yes,
I want this one.
Have you gone for a doctor of medicine, for example? When you go to a doctor who gives you his card, you'd see Med, London, you'd see, they put funny one some there, and then someone will see your N or something. So I would keep checking, what are these? I'd find maybe as 4, okay. What does my life require? So I kept on writing and deciding, I'll have this. And I kept on saying, I'll have 6. And I kept checking. And I'm building up. Building up. In fact, it's the other day now, I've said, I don't know where it came from. It started this year. I need to be a professor. It came up. And I said, what does it take? Look, this thing has started this year now. I said, to be a professor? Okay, these people were never born professors. They just did the right thing. I said, okay, I need to think through it. I need to come with a strategy. You know, I probably need to get a university, I start lecturing a bit. I need to look an area, I start writing a lot about it. I need to develop knowledge around that area. And slowly, slowly, I'll become an associate professor. Probably one day comes, I'll become it. That's life is you aspire something and you live to that. But you can't walk like a log, more just being pulled, rolling. It will stop. This life you aspire.
Your 6 initials. So the first, I'm on your LinkedIn. So PhD.
Yeah, that you do like this. You do the latest.
Okay, so the
and always the latest will be the highest.
So let's start with the lowest then. AKIM. What's that?
That's an advanced diploma in Institute of Management. Remember, I was telling you the 5 years.
Yes.
That one I did a diploma in Institute of Management.
Then CPSK.
That is a Certified Public Company Secretary.
CPAK.
That is Certified Public Accountants of Kenya.
BSc.
That is Bachelor in Science Business Administration.
MBA.
That's the Masters in Business Administration.
And PhD.
That is a PhD in Business Administration Finance Option.
6 of them.
So basically, I told you, life is, and look, you can, if you hear the word business administration, business administration. I got a person I'm working with and is doing marketing. We've agreed, and this person has a diploma in marketing, did a degree in marketing. I said, do a master's in marketing, and possibly you'll do a PhD in marketing. That person can write books. That person will be a guru in that field of marketing. In life, otherwise, people can do masters, can do degree in marketing, can go and do masters in the business administration, can do PhD in counseling. No. The person has just lost track along the way. But if you build one line to the core, you are a master of that core line.
So what if, Dr. Kithitu, you're building and you get to the masters and then you realize, this is not my path. My path is counseling. Using the example you just gave. So beginning marketing, and then now you're marketing, from marketing to counseling, but then counseling you decide to go to, PhD level.
Yes, yes.
So if someone decides to pivot,
yes.
Does it mean you pivot and you finish, or you pivot and you... Because at times people make decisions halfway.
No, they will do. It is order. Life is never again a straight line. But whatever you do, you need to make sure that you sound your peer competent. Look, nowadays, there is something I'm doing, Catherine. And I've desired myself to perfect. I want to be a master of AI within a span of probably, I've given myself 3 months. And I've decided myself. So in this life, the topic is around you master what you want to do.
Yes.
If you've been doing this particular course, maybe you're a finance person, or you're doing marketing, or you're doing whatever course, and along the way you feel, I have a call to be a counselor.
Yeah.
So I need to do counseling. But I've done a degree, I've done a master's. Do I do a PhD? It is okay, but my desire is that first, try to find a professional course within that area to give you basic fundamentals of it. Then you advance it. Otherwise, you're advancing what you don't have. The whole thing, look, what is a master? You're mastering.
You're mastering.
What are you mastering then if you didn't do the basics?
Yes.
That's the whole concept.
Yeah.
So you find people are jumping. And when you get to ask them, what is your discipline? They are not sure. Do they say there is that or that? But of course, sometimes you may end up doing a few things that are different because of their pressure or something. But it's good when we start getting the course, we also define that course properly.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not just jumping because I've been called into this.
Yeah, no. If you've been called to that, make sure you see what does it take to be the right person there. And do a few and every course, whatever line, there are basic foundations. Even if it's HR, for example, you could have done I need to be an HR, professional HR. Just look at a professional course in HR.
Yes.
Do that, probably get a diploma in HR. Try to find, maybe you have a degree, don't call it a degree, we normally call post, because you've done a degree now, post, graduate diploma in HR or something. You've mastered HR, you joined the institution of HR in terms of practitioners. Now you can advance in that HR, probably in a PhD, whatever level. You will be a master in that field. But this jumping, maybe I'll get a counselor, I'll get an HR, I'll get a finance. You get nothing.
I'll be all round. I'll increase my job opportunities.
No, they don't come. Remember, this market has got so many people that are going into it.
Yes.
So you need to define your niche. You need to stand out.
Yes.
That which makes you stand out is that which makes you get opportunities in life. And it's by choice, by determination, by purpose. You better find people saying, we are looking for this area. And they say, that's not my area.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the core competence. Yeah. You don't have.
Yeah. A very special thank you to our partners and friends at Nulink. Nulink is working to provide renewable energy solution and products. It covers a wide range of products, including solar panels, inverters, battery packs, storage cabinets, charging piles, and EV charger. For more details, please contact them at chris@nulinkhk.com. What about how to handle this herd mentality? So you find people sit and like now what you thought, when you're moving from high school to Strathmore, I thought it's information systems. How is it everyone is speaking was it CPA? Accounting. So you join them because the demand looks like this is what it is. But if I nowadays it's even like because of this spirit of everyone is competing, everyone is and comparison, people want to pick that which everyone else is this herd mentality. So you drop what it is you've been doing.
Yes.
And then you join this herd. And then
it's a theory called Cobb Douglas.
Okay.
It applied a lot around farmers and farming.
Okay.
And they said that farmers never learn. And how the Cobb Douglas theory works is that today, if the core product that is giving people money is watermelon, all the farmers go to plant watermelon. And as a result, there will be overproduction and oversupply of watermelon, and the price of watermelon will come down. They will be so frustrated, and now probably they left, let's say they left beans. Well, the few more planted beans will be in the money. They will be making so much money there, or maybe avocados, that they say, money is in avocados or in beans. This watermelon is just wasting time. We have lost all the money. So they abandon watermelon and they all go back to the beans or avocados. Now, the ones who remain a few in the watermelon, they make money because the price shoots up because the demand is high and the supply is less. And the ones the other side, there's a lot of oversupply and the price comes down. So the Cobb Douglas theory do come into play. And farmers never learn. That is always said. This is the herd mentality. People just want to follow together in a path. What my friend is doing, we are doing. No, differentiate yourself. Remember, you are born one day alone. You have lived alone. Even you'll die alone. Whatever things you do, many things you'll be doing alone.
Yeah.
So why don't you just take a moment and say, who am I? Who am I? I want to define who am I. Then you're able to just take a few steps of yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever level you are.
Yeah.
We keep thinking these are young people, whatever. They grow. They grow. They turn from 18, 20, they're moving on.
Yeah.
So they grow, they become. So they need to start saying, okay, who am I?
Yes.
What do I want? How do I achieve it? I remember I'm just struggling. I was struggling with my boy. There are times when they tell you they want to do sports.
Yes.
It's not something as a parent you take it easy. Can you imagine a kid lives and tells you, mine is going to be sports. And which sport he picks a sport. You are really not sure whether he should have been a doctor, should have been a lawyer, should have been,
Yeah.
You feel you're not doing the right thing. But the young boy tells me, Dad, I want to do basketball. I was studying, but I told him, with me, you can't be a fool. You have to be a sharp guy. Yeah. Whether you're expressing yourself before people, yes, where you'll be of knowledge.
Yes.
So you'll have to do a degree basically to give you communication skills, ability. Right. But this sport of yours pursue. Yeah. He said, okay, but I'll prove to you the sport pays. Look at what he said. So the boy just starts doing a basketball reading. And I've seen his other tells me, Dad, no, we are going to China. I say, what? We are going to play in China. I'm like, how? Yeah. And actually our next game, we also in Angola. I'm like, I'm not paying the bills. No. Their bills are being paid. Yes. So I said, people can pursue their passion and they can pay them. Yes. So this hard mentality needs to be stopped at a point. I will say, what are you good at? In fact, I remember it's just yesterday. Somebody, a chef, stopped me and told me, my friend, I have a boy, I have my son. I want him to be helped. Ask him, what do I do? Yeah. I didn't know the guy's name. Tells me my son has done Form 4. And then asked him, what else? Nothing else. So what do you want? I want you to help him. How? If you can get a job. I told him now. In fact, I took a moment now. I said, now this is a moment. This guy, I don't know his name. I don't know him. But I told him, now, this is what you do. Forget about me giving your son a job or looking. Yeah. Can you go and define what does your son want? Is he an academician? Is he like the CBC nowadays is supposed to define you like you are a practical person, yes, or you are an academic. Yes. There are people who are not good at books. Maybe after high school. It's not the end of their life. No. What good are you at? And then define what this guy is good at. I told him, I tell you, just here in this market, we disguise Ubers or the like. It's a job in the developed markets. Ubers are professionals. They come in ties like this. Yes. And I saw a Uber driver in the US driving a GMC. Ooh. I was like, oh. So what am I saying? People define what they want. I told him, look at the boy, talk to him what you want. What does he desire in his life? And try to take him to build some levels of there. Even if you have a lot of money, build him some little skills in that area. Yes. You may tell you, Dad, I'm desiring to drive a heavy moving machine, or to be like these big tractors doing road constructions. Don't define what does that take, and build him to that. The boy will be doing a heavy moving machine. You live on that. You will be professional. Yeah. Don't think it's waste. No. There's nobody in this world who is useless. Nobody. No. He may not have an opportunity, but he has something he can do better. And then you trust. Put people in an assignment. Let them pull. They will find whatever was too heavy will move. So that shows you that people have capacity in them. It's just that they are not lucky, but they can do something. Yes. Tell somebody, you can't die. You have something you can do. In fact, he asked me, my son has been desiring to drive. Look at where this guy tells me now. But I asked him, has he done driving? No. What has he done? Only for 4. I said, forget. Let's do this. Take this boy to do a driving, take him to a defensive school, take him to do even the advanced tracks. And now once he's done all these heavy vehicles, polish him with some levels of experience. Once he's done, if he wants to do the saloon cars, give him Uber. He told me, I can't afford Uber. I told him, forget it. You don't need to have a Uber. Even you can come to me. I can buy Uber and give it to him. You'll return some money to me and you'll earn. Yes. Is it possible? I said, there are many people who have got the vehicles and they want you to drive, and they just pay them something and everyone pays. True. So you don't need to own it for him to your son to drive. Yes. I said, oh my God, I have seen an idea now. I said, yes. Don't tell him he's useless. No. Don't tell him stay at home. Don't tell him you are doomed. There is nothing like that.
No.
This boy can feed you.
Yes.
The chef, yesterday, not even long, yes, chef left there telling me, you have helped me.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You don't need to own a car to drive it.
No.
You don't need to.
So it's also what you're pointing out to me also is there are parents who they want, like you said, blue collar jobs for
Yes.
kids. So when a child comes and it's not blue collar. It's others, they feel like hopeless. Like there's nothing else my son, my daughter can do.
Yes, Catherine, there is something I've also been, and whenever you deal with young people, you still find a lot of things.
Yeah.
Parents struggle and do everything and anything to educate their kids up to Form 4. And even they pay a lot of money.
Yes.
Go to look for the poorest family and admit their kid to Alliance or Mango. That kid will school. They will do everything until that kid finishes school.
Yes.
But after Form 4, their whole energy gets zero. even a border money hakuna.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wonder, you have been so diligent even to pay fees for your kid to high school, and after just that last bit of 1 year to college or 1 year to finish and become a productive, you are not ready.
Yeah.
Why don't you say high school is not the end? I'm finishing just after college.
Yes.
So that you don't leave this kid at the prime of when he wants to define the career.
Yes.
That's what we see. Parents do their best, but when it reaches high school, I'm done.
Yeah, it's true actually.
So actually you have lost. You shouldn't even have taken him to high school. You shouldn't. You'd have kept all that money, eaten it.
Wow.
Because you have lost it at the point it was going to start giving you return. If you talk about investments.
Yes.
If these kids just gets to say, okay, it's a girl, I just finished, just pick up example, finished her Form 4. There are options of what they can do. There are some who want to be good in hospitality industry. Just say, can you just say, I wish I can join hospitality. Yeah. I wish I can be in the kitchen. I can be in the pastry.
Yeah.
Get these kids to a college school that is doing pastry. Takes probably a year. It's a good pastry chef trained. Now she will make it in the market.
Yeah.
Probably will cost you not much as high school, but you have made this personal value.
Yes.
That has been a gap.
It's true.
It's been a gap.
And I go back to what you talked about self-identity. Like we need to sit with ourselves and find out who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? It's a daily, not even once. Even at our levels, Catherine, who am I continues.
Yes.
We have to. And this is a definition of remember, there must be a course of change. We cannot walk the path our parents or our whatever mentors or whatever followed. We need to cause a change.
Yeah, disrupt.
Yeah. I remember meeting our staff, and I told them, guys, I want us to disrupt the market. How come you say, Doc, what I say? I'm saying disrupt the market.
Yeah.
Just cause trouble. Cause trouble. In the right way.
Yeah, of course.
Just cause trouble.
Yeah.
And that is how, just wake up one day and say, Nairobi, Mombasa ticket. We know the Nairobi, Mombasa ticket should be fairly around, probably a return will be around 15,000 depending.
Okay.
Just come and say Nairobi, Mombasa ticket will be 5,000 return. We pay the difference. Cause trouble. And probably just say we'll allocate like 10 tickets. That will be probably, we know we'll be paying 10,000 on top. That is 100,000.
Yeah.
But cause trouble. People wonder, how can I go to Mombasa with 5,000 return flight? Let them trust. They will fly and they will come back. Cause trouble. Cause change.
Yeah. Don't be boring.
Don't boring. Cause change. And positive change.
Yes.
It's like a chef. It's like food. If today you know what is your meal for lunch, you know what is your meal taste for supper, do you think you're excited?
No.
No.
You're right, actually. If you know, like, okay, I ate this yesterday, today, tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Cause trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause trouble. Cause problems.
I like that a lot. Cause good trouble.
Good trouble.
Cause trouble.
Cause trouble.
Disrupt.
There's an environment.
Yes.
That environment, disrupt it.
Yes.
I remember a boy that told me that my friend, I want to do rabbits. I said, rabbits? He said, yeah, and I've done my maths. I need 4-5 rabbits, you know what? And I do this. What will it take? 20,000. I looked at the boy. I said, okay, 20,000 will be okay. Yeah, if you give me 20,000 capital, I'm good. I said, I can waste 20,000 sometimes now. I gave him 20,000. And now I said, I'll follow.
Yeah.
Did you buy? He bought. Then he could call me. One has given birth to, I think they give birth to so many. I think it was 8 or 10. I'm like, one rabbit has given you 10, and another one will give you 10. The guy tells me, now my rabbits were, I think that's same were like 30. You know? I said, what? I said, now they have, in fact, you told me, can I bring for you one? You helped me. I was like, what do I do with the rabbit? But there's a market.
Yes.
You know, this boy just created something instead of being idle there on TikTok, on everything, on the phone, Instagram, something small in their compound that is able to first feeding them, connecting with these rabbits.
Yeah.
It's emotional connection.
Yeah.
Getting himself to say, oh, I am selling rabbits. How much are you buying for me? It's a commerce. You may not make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
it's your own thing.
Yeah, cause trouble.
Yeah.
Cause problem.
And your heart is there.
Just change things. Don't say, oh, we are poor. We were born from a poor parent. My parents, we have nothing. We are the least in the community. We are not liked. Oh, we like you. Cause a change. Cause a change. Cause a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say, okay, we will make it.
Yeah. Decide.
We will make it. Whatever it takes, we will make it. That's the whole thing.
Tell me, Doc. So, and I like what you mean by you're not your background. Like, and it's actually the first thing you said when you started talking. Like, we don't choose our parents. You were born, you found those parents there. So, and you were born in this environment. But you find a lot of people carry father wounds, mother wounds. You know, you blame, you carry the trauma of something that happened all the way into your adulthood. And that blocks, obviously, you know, things like that block movement. You have no motion. And it doesn't matter how many times you read a book, you listen to a podcast that gives you ways to heal these wounds. At the end of the day, what you said resonates deeply in the sense of they did what they knew. It's what you said. What was there? If you're thirsty, you take tea. If there's no there, but you don't carry now that as a they should have done better.
Yeah, Catherine, you can only move depending on the weight you're carrying. If you're too heavy, you can't move. And you can be very heavy if you're not careful.
Yes.
Heavy with weights of many, many people you are carrying.
Yes.
Of things that are not valuable to you.
Yes.
You know, you're carrying a weight of a auntie who did this. You're carrying a weight of your father who didn't pay for you fees in this place. You're carrying a weight of your stepmother. You carry so many baggages. I call them baggages. You don't need them. They did happen. They probably didn't make it right things for you, but drop them.
Yeah.
Drop them.
Yeah.
And now start focusing yourself to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So this issue of living on your background and becoming your story to tell. Can you imagine now if I'm talking about my parents? My kids are talking about me now. And me, I'm still talking about my parents. You know? The kids are saying, my background, you know my kids now, they say my background, my father. And now myself, at this age, I'm saying my background, my father. My father is 85.
Yeah.
So really, even him, he would tell me, my son, my life is done in this world. Do your best.
Yes.
And I'm still referring to him to help me. No. I think to be appreciative is very important. Whatever level, appreciate that level and move on. I've always seen a scenario where young people tend to say, oh, this parent didn't do this to me, that one and that. To tell you the truth, parents, whichever parents do a lot to a young person. Because look, a baby is born. There's nothing. We just pretend when we have become big here that we are able. Those parents took care of us at all those early days, all through. So even that alone is a lot.
Yeah.
You appreciate that, and now you start defining costs.
Yes.
So people need to be fresh with ideas, fresh with their forward looking.
Yes.
And that is the way to do. Remember one time I had a gap I think when you are doing this in your job, sometimes you can find yourself no job. In the senior setups, very easy.
Yeah.
And I think one time there was an acquisition done, and I found myself, I didn't have a job. And I said my job was to look for a job. My job was to look for a job. So I could wake up in the morning, and what was my job?
Look for
a job.
Yes.
So I would make sure I pull every string and anything that can give me a lead to a job.
Yes.
And I never used to be discouraged. If the days end with nothing, my job is to look for a job. So I'm okay, but I'm looking.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I could organize myself. I would wake up, put on a suit, properly organized, set. And I'm like, I might be called for interview today. I cannot be called when I'm not organized. So really, this life, just whatever situation you are in, don't pity yourself too much. Don't look so gloomy. Don't lose future opportunities because of your current situations.
Yes.
Just lift your head up.
Yes.
You might be going through a lot. Lift your head up.
Yeah.
And say, okay, I draw a line. I move on.
Yeah.
That way, you will be able to do something.
Yes.
And get moving.
Yes.
You know, Catherine, I've got this mindset that people should do something. I'm a believer that there is something for everybody. I went to Lagos, and a Nigerian told me that in Lagos, every business thrives. Every business, start any, whatever it is, whatever, even if you're selling mangoes on the road, whatever you start in Lagos, it thrives. So I asked him why. He says 250 million people, what can not thrive? Anything you start thrives because they want to eat, they want to do anything you start, they will do thrive. You start clothes, they want to wear. You want transport, they want to move. Anything you start, you will thrive. You build a house, they want, even if it's a party, they somebody want to sleep there. So what is my logic I'm saying? We need to find what we can do. We ask this one question, what can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do? Doesn't matter. You know, sometimes we ask ourselves, what can I do? And the next thinking is, who can employ me? You know, that's the next sequence of events.
Yes.
It shouldn't be. Then what can I do? You know? And just look at things and say, okay, what can I do? There was there's a farm that is not taken. I can lease it up. I can put something. It will take me 5,000 to lease it. Yeah, I'll plant something. I'll plant some maize, whatever. At the end of the season, I'll have some sacks of maize. I have some maize. What can I do? It's the reasoning.
So it's a mindset thing.
It's a mindset.
When you talked about Lagos, something opened up for me.
Yeah.
Because when you say 250 million people, if you start anything, it will work. Over here, we say, I can't sell anything I can't do an Instagram shop because a lot of people are already doing Instagram shops, so I won't make money. So we cancel ourselves.
Yes.
Without even trying. And yet when I hear your experience from this your Lagosian friend, they say start anything, it will work. So it's a belief thing.
2 weeks ago, a friend of mine went to Meru.
Yeah.
Found a sack of avocados going for 700 shillings.
Whoa.
A sack.
700.
So she brought some and told me, I'm shocked that sacks of avocados in Meru is 700 shillings. And here, tell me an avocado is 50 bob. One. That thing was a sack is many. So if you say it would have made like almost, if you do 50 bob, you'd have made like 15,000 or something, whatever. And they tell me, why are people not picking those things they're bringing here?
Yeah.
You bring your avocado and tell them 30 bob, they will all eat.
Just outside your gate, in your hood, they'll buy them.
They'll buy them.
Yeah.
So I said, this is why people are not succeeding. There are vehicles moving through that route without goods. So they can carry for you a sack. The farmers there want somebody to buy. And nobody's buying. You buy 700, you transport 3,300, it comes here, it's 1,000 shillings. You go and do a few things in the market, you move it out, you make 4,000 or 5,000 shillings. You bring 2 sacks. Yeah. I tell you, poverty is in the mind. It's in the mind. It might not be a cozy job, whatever. But after that, I'll shower, I'll polish myself, I'll be good. I'll go.
You'll eat food, you'll wear good clothes, you'll take your kids to school.
Yes.
And you'll start,
Yes.
your mind will open up.
You'll open up. And I will be able to do commerce. So people should do something.
Yeah.
I remember somebody employed a worker at home, and this worker was doing very little job. And she said, I'm paying salary. This person is not doing much production. I'll go and buy chicken. 200, and they tell this person, be taking care of them. When you do these small chores here at home, it's because I'm paying your salary anyway.
Yeah.
Take care of that. When those things grow, multiply, I will still be making money.
Yes.
So you can look, just keep looking something. Since after COVID, there's no box. You remember? The box was thrown away.
Yes.
So we need to find ourselves doing something.
Yes.
And you can do it. Don't matter whether you have land. You ask somebody who will say, who do we have a piece of land? How big is our land? We don't have. In fact, we are even housed. We don't have anything. Forget it. You can even go and lease where you're coming from. Let's say you come from Kiambu. You can go and lease a farm in Narok, or even lease a farm in Makueni, and plant your things there. And you're saying, I'm going to a shamba. You wonder, Catherine, where did you get a shamba from? We know your people. You know your village. You have no shamba. But you're saying, this is my farm. You can even take a picture.
Yes.
That is how you can just open yourself.
Yes.
And remember, whatever you produce, there's a market.
Yes.
There's a market.
And when you start moving, the path somehow opens up. More opportunities somehow find you.
There will be challenges.
Yes.
There will be losses. There will be failures. There will be moments you're down. But those are the moments you pick yourself again up.
How do you pick yourself up during low moments?
Of course, you have to pray. There are some prayers required. You'll have to speak to somebody. It depends on what causes low moments.
Yeah.
But always a problem shared is a problem half solved. As in business, one of the things that puts us down is to wake up on a day like tomorrow, a working day, and the bank manager calls you and tells you, hey, my friend, your account is overdrawn by 500. The checks have come. Can you organize to bank by midday? When you look around your environment, probably only have 100,000. And the guy is telling you he wants 500 by midday. All the checks will go back.
Yes.
That alone is not a simple thing.
No.
Not a simple thing.
No.
So you have to sober up. You have to probably walk to the manager, tell him, my friend, let's do this and this and that, pay these checks, I'll sort them up, call a few people to put maybe some customers to put some money into the account.
Yeah.
Get yourself moving. But you cry, you think you're dead, your pressure goes up, you take medication, you're killing yourself.
Yes.
Sober up.
Sober up.
Sober up. But face the problem.
Yes.
Face the problem. Somebody calls you, he owes you the money, you owe him the money, pick the call, talk. Agree on a payment plan.
Yes.
Talk. Don't run away.
Yeah.
Face it.
Face it.
Face it. Face it.
Crew members with a question for Doc. As I go to the last leg. You're also
will ask me the hard question.
Who?
Will ask me what my
they'll ask you what
was my first salary and my last salary.
Your current salary, your first salary. I'm not going there. Anyone going once, going twice?
Yes.
So I have one. What would you say was the key motivator to all this success? Like one thing that you maybe look back, maybe without that you wouldn't be here, or you wouldn't have achieved all that.
Wow. Yeah, I think the one drive that has been pushing me is a problem behind me that makes me keep forward looking, because I always feel like it can catch up with me.
Oh, your background.
Yeah, I'm not far from it. So it can catch up. So because of that, I'm scared and I'm ever moving forward. Never think you have reached because you think you have gotten something. It can catch up with you. So you keep pulling. So basically that makes me feel like that thing behind there can catch up. So continue moving, continue being careful, don't be wasteful, don't be all that. Also the desire to I always emulate people. I have people that I want to be like. You know, my guy that I want to be, I still think, now I think he has got 5 aircrafts. I still want to be like him. I don't know whether I'll buy an aircraft. I'm not saying that, but I'm emulating him. We talk, you know, he tells me how he's in problems because of these things. But me, I'm like, you've got 5 aircrafts, man. So you're ahead of me. So, but with that guy like him, whatever business he starts, I learned something from him. He would start very smart business. And then in my life, I said, I think it's like 5 years back or so, I said, I am done with Mapakadokani. Whether I'm pronouncing it properly or not, but I'm done with those funny things that they don't look clear. I better do one, but orderly. Hata kama ni shamba ukiingia hiyo kadogo tu inakaa huyu mtu ameenda shule. Even if you wear a shirt, iron it like you have gone to school. Wacha hivi tunakaa hivi tu kama, even you can't comb your hair. Your hair, maybe you combed it, you left the beard. Yeah, you look like just confused fellow. So in life, that guy would do things and start and they are clean. First, he would polish them, they would look smart, they would look good, he would sell the business. I'm like, this guy has a two strategy, yeah?
Yeah.
So can I do my things in a way that they look smart? I started from that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So always there should be something you're aspiring that also wants you to be there. The biggest challenge that we do face in life, all of us, is capital. We want, everybody has an idea, but capital can be a big drawback. But I have learned that capital, you can create it in different ways. Very well. I can see it. I still remember this day I went for an auction of airline at Wilson. So there was an airline, it went down. I think I was told the planes are being auctioned. And a fellow, a local manager, was a manager, I was even not earning anything much. I went, my friend told me this aircraft being auctioned. I told him, let's go. What was in my mind? That I can put a bid, and if I'm awarded, I can sell the option. Look at that. Yeah? A fellow character who has no money, I don't even think probably to go there, maybe I used a matatu or I didn't have, I think I had a B12, this and B12, you know? And even to fuel was a problem. But I'm going for an auction of aircraft. And my intention is to put a bid, and if the bid wins, I sell the option.
My goodness.
Because number 2 will have lost. Yeah. And I've won. So I can sell my option and I make money. So this life keep on
Yeah.
Don't say, hi, what can I do? You have a friend telling you there is an auction going on. Can you guys just see how do they do things? There is this thing happening. Go and see it, what is happening. Once you start building those ideas, you start saying, okay, what does it take to do? What do I do?
Yeah.
I have no money. What does it take? I was so shocked that you can go along Gong Road and walk with a car without paying full price. Honestly, I was shocked. I thought if you want a car, it's written there 2 million, you have to give those guys 2 million, you take the car. Or you go and sign so many papers at the bank, they give you whatever. I was shocked. A car is 2 million, I have 600. I tell the guy I have 600. He tells you, are you sure you have it? Yeah. Put it here. I put 600,000 here. Within 2 hours, the car is being washed for me. And then I say, I want to pay the balance in 24 months. There is 1.4 divided by 24. It comes to like whatever figure. And I have a checkbook. I write for him 24 checks. And remember, I have a business opportunity. I put this guy to start working tomorrow. So now I know I'm hedged against this the payment I'm paying because I've got an account on the road. They're only paying 600,000. I'm just giving you examples of this life. There is not a straight path, like I said, but never limit yourself. Keep checking. First, don't settle down on what level you are in. Even at levels, you can settle down and say, I have a salary, I'm paying my rent, probably I'm not married, I get married, whatever small things, I'm okay. No, get the next thing to be your thing pushing you. Even today, I'm all reached, I'm still pushing. Can see I'm on this way in an holiday and I'm like this because I'm pushing for for something else.
Yes.
So I'm still pushing.
Yes.
So basically, keep yourself up and you avoid wasteful things. There are a lot of wasteful things that especially young people do. Even our levels still do, but avoid wasteful things. Yes.
That is so profound. You've been answered?
Yes.
Good. Anyone else before I go to my last phase? No one? Going once, going twice? Okay.
Oh,
What was your question? What do you mean yours has been? What is this question that has been answered?
Bounce back at, you hit rock bottom.
yes.
What you do to bounce back. That was my question. And he talked about it.
Yeah.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, that is very common, very common. And even as in business or in life, we tend to get that a lot. What happened when I bounced, I remember one time I shut a business and it left for me a debt of 8 million.
8? Hey.
And I shut.
Let me sit properly for this one.
Remember, I used to use the collections and manage and pay. The business is shut. So the 8 million has crystallized, what we say. It needs to be paid.
Yeah.
So I go and tell the bank, let's do working plan. What is in my life? The day I'm done with this debt, I'll be free. Because this debt, how did it come about? Continuous losses. So I go, I borrow, I pay, the loss continues, cannot pay. You know how build losses become that way.
Yes.
So the day I shut, you find you have really down rock there. But I said, first I have cut this loss from continuing. Had I shut when it was 2 million, I would not have been paying it. But enjoy the ego. Continue doing it, pushing yourself, but you are not making money. So I said, okay, now I have shut, I have to do everything to keep paying it. But once it's down, I'll be free man. So sometimes at that moment, you are very low. Because jamaa ameshinga, yes, close the business, anaisha, and just it will come along our ways. Even sometimes our spouses can become an issue because they think you are going down, you are becoming not valuable. But you just compose yourself. You take an inner breath, sometimes take a deep one, walk around, talk to somebody, but reconstruct. Don't mess. Don't mess. Messing is those things that somebody thinks, oh, I'll throw myself from which floor to down. Will that help you? I will do it turn on the road, I will be hit by a car. Oh, you hurt somebody else. No. Just sober up, calm down, restart. How many people, even the rich ones, they have failed many times. Even these guys you hear today, even ask Elon Musk, I'm sure you can take you and meet him. I listen to Jack Ma and the like. They have hit bottom rock so many times, and they have bounced back. So it's not, you're not the first, not the last, and they have come back.
So in your case, how did you come back from an 8 million loss?
No, what I did is that I said, okay, what is my monthly repayment? That monthly repayment I determined. I said, this is even the support. I used to put more to support the business. You see, I could put more. So now I will put less on paying the loan. So I'm good. Because I'm putting less.
Yes.
I could come to the end of the period, I have not paid rent, I have not paid salary, I have not paid what, I need operators to pay me, the bank is calling me, those kind of things. And I need to put 500,000. Now I'm only going to put 150,000 for the loan. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm reducing my debt.
Yes.
I'm reducing my noise, and I'm a bit stable in terms of. So really, life is not always plus. Otherwise, then it will be very far.
Yeah.
Those setups, those points we hit.
Yeah.
It's part of life.
It's part of life.
Part of life.
Okay, so I have 3 questions for you.
Wow, you have 3. I'm not finished.
No, so I'm calling this like deeply personal. I'm here to find a phrase for them. Is there a person in your life who was or is a light to you in a dark season?
Yes.
Okay.
The person that I would think is, and I would say is my light to me is my wife. First, whatever we do together. Apart from the professionals that I find myself, I'm in it alone. But we'd always speak and talk and share. So, and we'll talk, this is a scenario, what is happening is good. So basically, you need a friend, come in handy, we'll be able to speak and share and say, okay, we'll make it, move on, don't worry, get it going. So really, that is there.
Yeah.
That one makes it, sometimes even I will tell my boy, let's do a walk for coffee.
Yes.
We'd walk a distance, a long one. Just not driving, just walk to go and sit down, have coffee, and walk back.
Yes.
And probably that evening there's a game. Now we sit and watch a game.
Wow.
So ishi the mingi na potea. Yes.
I like that. That's very solid. What are you grateful for now in this present season?
Yeah, I'm very, very, very grateful for quite a number of things. I always say it's by grace. It's by grace. It's not like we are the most learned, we are the sharpest of all. No, we are what? No, it's a grace. The grace that has located you at a point. That one you're quite grateful to God.
Yeah.
The opportunities that do come. And again, a big team that support me. As as an MD, you work with a team, and that team affects your deliverables. It's a very strong team that I have. As a chairman of the industry, you know, the companies are many, the people are many. You pay about almost 3,000 individuals are behind whatever decisions you make, they will be impacted. So the grace it's been sufficient, and the people really support you. They are with you. You can call a meeting and people don't show up.
Yeah.
And you're the chairman. That's a big problem. But you'd find you call a meeting, the people sponsors are coming up, you are getting the team together, the ideas you're discussing, actionables, you are moving forward, you are scoring on the ground. That is something that I've seen the support of the industry, like the travel industry has been very good.
Yes.
At workplace, but it's reciprocal. What they're giving you to give back.
Yes.
If you find the staff at workplace, the managers are quite supportive. They are supporting the idea we are making things work. I have to do equal to the same.
Yes.
I have to do the same to them.
Actually, they're responding to your character and your energy.
Yes.
So what you've given is what they're giving you back.
So we would sometimes sit somewhere and take coffee with them and say, guys, today I'm the one buying lunch or something. They would even say, today we are the ones, boss, we are paying.
Oh, wow.
And we just saying, okay, what is happening? What has gone wrong? I hear you. They know you hurt me on this one. This one was too hard on me. We're sorry, we know, but we have a deliverable to make it, it's those things.
Yes.
The difficult thing to deal with is human beings because they have feelings. Whatever level, they have feelings.
True.
And you have to manage their feelings.
Yes.
If you hurt their feelings, you just kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. At this stage in your life, what do you consider to be the meaning of life?
Wow. That's a nice one. I think I should define it at this level of my life because people chase a few things. They chase money. They chase what? I would think where I've reached, I can make some definitions.
Yes.
Life is only purposeful and is good if you get some level of fulfillment. The other day I was telling somebody that I asked somebody, what is your problem? They told me, my problem in my family and in my life is money. I said, what? He said, it's money. I'm having a problem because we can't pay fees, we can't do what, and that's why I'm making a few decisions or whatever they are leading to, whatever decisions they are.
Yeah.
I said, if we did an Arambi, I gave you this money, will everything be okay? He told me no. So I said, yeah, so the problem is not money. Because we could do an Arambi. If, for example, you might find a couple separating because of domestic of money. This husband doesn't do the wife, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If the family pulled resources together and brought it there, million, and said, now guys, stay happy. Will you be happy? So it's because the problem is more than that.
Yeah.
So basically, I've tried to separate things like movables, not to drive my situations. Especially if you have had vehicles on the road, or something, you can get a call from a driver. We have done an accident. Will you collapse? So these things, you remove them from your life so that what gives you satisfaction is more around achievement and touching lives. If you can see people's lives being touched, changing, becoming better, that makes you happy.
Yes.
I tell you, Catherine and the crew here, is not the money. All of us need it. But when I gave it to you, it moves faster than, in fact, you are even more in problems than before you had it.
Yeah.
Because when you have it, you split the needs, they are not enough. Problem starts again. It's called Peter's principle. That your cost of living adjusts to the level of income. And again, you go back to where you are. So basically, that you need to remove like these things people say money or what. It's purpose of life that makes you satisfied. Did I do what I needed to do in the day?
Yes.
Have I achieved my best? Have I done it without just hurting anybody? Then that makes me happy.
Yes.
I may not have made money. I may not have achieved in terms of earnings, but did I do everything with my outermost faith?
Yes.
You know, things like, people don't do defrauding, fun things. They don't give you happiness. I keep telling people the cost of stealing is more than the cost of earning.
Wow.
Even thieves to go and steal
Yeah.
is costly than earning that wealth. So why don't you do the easy thing? To earn it. If this guy is going to plan to steal, to hire gangs, do what, to kill them, they'll be killed, they will be doing. It's so stressing and then worth it. Live the right life.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling
Yes.
than deciding what you don't have. So really, contentment is from yourself, number one. The contentment is the things around you. And you stop comparing. Live your noble life, live it okay. You could have this, somebody else could have been better. It's fine. It's fine. It's like a car you drive. If you're not satisfied with it, you're living on that car, you will not be contented.
Yeah.
But if you're happy, my car is good, it's okay.
Yes.
It's just a meeting noise there. We know we'll fix it. It's okay. Be contented.
Yes.
That has been my attitude, that the state that I am, I need to teach myself. I have to teach myself. Remember? It can go the other way. So I have to continue teaching myself.
Yes.
I have to punch myself. You are getting the wrong way. You're not doing it right. Can you come back to the course? If you don't do that, you'll go the other way, because we're human beings.
Right.
We need to, of course, don't settle too low, but continue refraining yourself to the right thing, so that you can continue doing the right thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you can find people, I remember at Nigeria one time, just practical thing I did. WhatsApp groups. I'm sure everybody's groups. You have a lot of WhatsApp groups. This one has died, this poor, and there are so many. And I told myself I will not live my life in the public of pleasing. WhatsApp group work on peer pressure.
Yes.
And we embarrass you so that people will see you that you are not
You're
the
not
person.
giving as you should.
Yeah. So I said, this is what I'll be giving.
Yeah.
Whether you don't like me or like me.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. Now I think it's a year plus. I thought they would hate me. But they even still come back to me, because I thought maybe they would think, oh, they were doing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Probably I gave them 5 or they gave them 2.
Yeah.
I knew, because I said, I've got this group, I've got another one. I'm balancing them up.
Yes.
I can't give you 10, 5. Then I'm working for you guys. Who are you?
Who are you?
So in this life, you just have to do what you think is right for yourself, and put you to the right place. You're not this thing of, hey, it's a group, you put 10,000. It's a what? You put another 5. When you come to pay, I have no money.
Yeah.
So these are promises of a fool. The Bible doesn't like them. Don't promise like a fool. So just live yourself.
Yeah.
Say it was people are doing, I'll give you 2,000. That's what I can afford. Yeah. And I'll do it diligently and happily.
Yes.
You gave out 10, that is for you. Do it diligently and happily.
Yes.
That's the life. Just walk in your own space. Live in your own space. That has been my life. But I keep teaching myself.
You keep teaching yourself.
I keep punching myself.
Whew.
Keep taking myself back to the course.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would deviate from the course.
Yeah.
But I would punch myself to bring back to the course.
Yeah.
So that I can remain to the ball. It's always a fight.
It's always a fight.
It's always a fight. Exactly. And it goes back even to those days of David. The Bible. It goes back. It goes. It's the same thing. We have to continue fighting within inner self to teach ourselves to do what is right. Sometimes, yeah.
And you know what I like with that is people fall, then they judge themselves too harshly.
Yeah.
They berate, demean themselves.
Yeah.
And they're unable to come back from, and this question has come up from the story of David, so which you brought up. So they're unable to just rise up because they condemn themselves, they berate themselves, they demean themselves. The society does the same. So as we say goodbye, look into that camera and speak to those people.
I think nobody should beat himself or herself too hard. to the point of death. I think the most valuable thing in this life is life.
Oh.
Once you have life, you have it all. Because if you lose it, it doesn't matter what state you are in. And since that life is not ourselves who give it, and you've been privileged to have it, don't beat yourself too hard. You have it, compose yourself from there, and pick it up. There is tomorrow. You know, a falling doesn't matter, make the end of this journey. So to me, is that um, uh, as long as you have a second opportunity, a second chance, and in the Bible talk about God of the second chance, you have a second chance. That second chance, work on it. Don't waste it. Don't say you are dead. The more you stay down there, you will not wake up. But since you have the opportunity, you have the right mind, you have the life in you. Sometimes you can imagine if you die, you have lost it because now other people decide for you. And they're only deciding to bury you anyway, and maybe to share what you want. But if you have that opportunity that you're alive, you're sober, and you can look up, don't beat yourself too hard. Reorganize yourself, say there is tomorrow, and ask yourself, what can I do? And that makes you move. And it doesn't matter. Keep putting questions and looking for answers around them. Maybe very hard. Very hard. Some situations are very hard. You can imagine a window. You know, is in that scenario, and as kids to school, and maybe they've been left by house. It's a very hard scenario. But ask yourself questions and find a way around it. There will be a way. It's not the end of the road. There will be a way. And you're not the last, you're not the first, and not the last. So there are other people in it, and they are winning. You're not the first or the last with no job. You're not the first or the last that have been sacked. You're not the last or the first that have probably finished high school and no job. There is others, but they are always making headways around that environment. So compose yourself, figure out what you can do, develop positive attitude, and you will get somewhere. That is the whole thing, Catherine. There is no answer to these things. Answer starts with yourself. And believing in yourself. And of course, God has given you life, because nobody can give. We have to give life to people. We'll be taking some and giving others. But now that you've been graced with life, pick from there. Pull up. I remember telling one guy, restart this life. You know, things were not adding up. His house he could not pay, he could not pay, sustain his family. I told him, you cannot die. What does it do? When you're going to start from up country, bringing them back again. Start life. Sell your car, start using matatu. Restart your life. Don't hang on yourself until you die, because if you are seen walking without a car, you will be dead. Restart your life. You bought this car without it. You didn't have it. You've sold it, so you don't have it. When you go and buy another one, what will be the problem? There's no issue. So reorganize your life. That is how it works.
I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you for making time.
Pleasure.
Such a busy day.
Thank you.
To show up.
Yes.
A public holiday.
Yeah, in a tie.
You're crisp as usual. I mean, you used to dress like this when your job was looking for a job.
Yes. We agreed in this life, don't be mediocre.
No.
Live right for the right opportunity. It doesn't mean you've been tied or what, but live right. You know, you've seen a guy, I don't know, it's just carelessly walking in slippers. Not like he doesn't have shoes. But he just walks in slippers because he feels what? So you put yourself right, so that you are the right person at the right time. Yeah, it could be in a car show in a weekend. Fine now. But don't downgrade yourself too much. Just give yourself value. Value.
I love it.
Yes.
That's Dr. Joseph Kithitu, Managing Director, Hemingways Travel, and the Chairman of Kenya Association of Travel Agents, here in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay, this is What's Your Story Africa, but this one belongs to us here in Nairobi, Kenya. If you want to get in touch with him, I think he's on LinkedIn, but how can people?
Well,
Hemingways Travel.
Hemingways Travel, you'll find I'll be there. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I try that one. but I'm live. Normally, I have to be relevant. You can write to me on Facebook and I don't respond on Messenger or on whatever. I need to be live. So I'm in all those social media. You put the same names, it will pop up.
So that's how you find him. And yes, visit Tembea, Kenya. Visit Kenya.
Yeah, visit Kenya. That's a nice one. Visit
It
Kenya.
is, eh?
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It
Yes.
removes stress.
Yes.
Even if you're visiting a country, Tembea, Kenya.
Tembea, Kenya.
Tembea.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure.
Pleasure to thank you.
Okay, now
Thank
you're
you.
running to the airport.
I'll run. Yeah, I think that one is. No, I have a good time.
You have good time.
It starts at 2.
Okay.
So probably about an hour from.
At least use the expressway.
Yeah, I'll find my way out. I'll find my way out.
Okay.